TomoNews presents Plastic Surgery Gone Wrong. You get what you pay for. Ellowe Alviso thought fixing his flat nose would land him more gigs. Instead, the aspiring Filipino model's dreams came crashing down after a back-alley cosmetic procedure ruined his face for good. He went to a transgender beautician and got a nose and chin job via collagen injection for 500 pesos, or roughly $10. The injection worked, and Alviso got more jobs. But 2 years later, things started to go downhill after a friend noticed that his nose seemed a little deformed. Soon, both his nose and chin had become swollen and infected. When the 24-year-old tried to ask the beautician for help, he was cursed out and threatened. Doctors eventually found a lethal cocktail of petroleum jelly, wax, and sealant crammed inside his nose instead of collagen, and performed surgery. With his now permanently scarred and mangled features, Alviso is forced to do odd jobs, often moonlighting as a Halloween ghoul. Police are still looking for the transgendered beautician, but already have a warrant for her arrest.
Teen takes fangirling to the extreme. An Angelina Jolie ultra fan from Iran is going viral after journeying through 1,000 cuts to look like her idol. The 19-year-old claims she's undergone over 50 surgeries to achieve her shocking transformation. She's also lost a ton of weight in her quest to be as slim as Jolie and now weighs just 88 pounds. The teen has been posting photos of her new look on her Instagram, which has amassed nearly 500,000 followers. Netizens have been pretty brutal with their comments, saying she looks more like Tim Burton's corpse bride than a Hollywood star. Others aren't buying the crazy plastic surgery shtick and believe she's using makeup and prosthetics to exaggerate her features. If she is, then those are some mad skills. One user on Reddit is convinced she's using Photoshop too, after spotting weird distortions in some of her photos. Whatever it is, if internet fame was the endgame, then she definitely got her 15 minutes.
Woman spends tens of thousands on very special boob job and tanning injections. A former German flight attendant turned model decided it would be in her best interest to drop $63,000 to become a real-life Barbie. Martina Big claims she has the biggest jugs in Europe at a whopping size 32S. What makes her plastic melons even more special is that she can pump them up by injecting saline into them all by herself. Her latest addiction is using melanin tanning injections to transform her mayonnaise-colored skin into a darker shade, which she referred to as African dark. According to Big, she's going for a dark, crispy brown look, which kind of sounds more like fried chicken than what human skin should look like. Sure, she looks a little like Kirk Lazarus from Tropic Thunder, but whatever. She said her fans were a bit taken back by her darker look, but have since come around. The former flight attendant started enhancing her body in 2012 after her boyfriend suggested she get into modeling. She plans to have a booty lift later this year, and will keep on getting those tanning injection jabs. Hey, if you're gonna go, you might as well go all the way, right?
Japanese porn star ends up looking like Harry Potter house elf's long-lost twin after extensive surgery. Here's a question for you. What did Japanese porn star Rina Nanase and Russian stud muffin Putin have in common? Well, according to millions of internet users, both look like Dobby the house elf of Harry Potter fame. Aw, don't the three of them just look so cute? They're like carbon copies.
This is so freaky. We're like twins.
Hey, let's see what happens when we throw her a sock. The 25-year-old adult film actress had previously undergone numerous appearance-altering procedures, including nip and tucks to her nose, eyes, and chin. But this time she's gone a tiny bit too far, and by tiny we mean a lot. She doesn't appear to agree, however, and reportedly proclaimed that the haters who say she looked better before her extreme makeover are just jealous. What do you think? Before? After? Before? After? Before? After? Oops.
Lip plumping surgery fail. Woman can't pucker up. A woman in Taipei traveled to South Korea for a simple lip plumpening surgery. Only when she returned home, she discovered she was unable to pucker up. In addition to transferring fat from the woman's abdomen to her lips, the plastic surgeon also injected a muscle relaxant into the muscles around the woman's lips. It was because of the relaxant that the woman discovered she couldn't pucker her lips or even drink through a straw because the muscles of her mouth were unable to tense properly. Also, a week or two after the surgery, the transplant fat had been reabsorbed by the woman's body and her lips returned to their original condition. Now back to the thin lips she originally had, but no kissing skills left, the woman sought out a cosmetic surgeon in Taiwan who injected Botox into the muscles around her mouth to tighten them. So after all that money, fuss, and traveling, she's back to square one. At least now she can go back to posting duck face selfies.
Trivia List presents celebrities who took cosmetic surgery way too far. There's a lot of pressure on celebrities to look their best or to try to artificially reverse their aging with cosmetic surgery. Sometimes a subtle change is practically unnoticeable. But all too often, going under the knife mangles their once attractive features into a deformed caricature of their former selves. Here's the top 10 celebrity plastic surgery disasters for your viewing pleasure. It's really a shame when someone goes from being pretty hot to looking like they had their face smashed in with a shovel. Sassing her way into number 1 is the rapper known as Lil' Kim. She rose to prominence in the 90s, but when she debuted her new look a few years ago, fans were horrified. To make matters worse, she keeps altering her appearance and posting selfies that elicit that WTF reaction. A surgeon analyzed her drastic changes and said she probably had her skin bleached, in addition to facial reconstructive surgery. The Queen Bee is trying way too hard to be something she's not, but she'll probably just keep going no matter what you say. In the spirit of fairness, half of this list is made up of men, and the second person to be chastised is Kenny Rogers. He sure gambled on getting a facelift, and unfortunately, the cards came up ugly. He stated publicly that he's not very happy with his new face. He told People magazine back in 2006, "I'm not happy about it. It drives me crazy." He opened up about his surgery in his memoirs, and we hope it's a lesson for all ye out there that even country singers have to deal with their image being criticized, and some of them deal with it in unhealthy and expensive ways. Number 3 refuses to admit having plastic surgery, with actress Daryl Hannah even going so far as to call all the plastic Barbies in Hollywood Muppets. Well, it seems the puppet string is on the other finger now, isn't it? Professionals speculate that she's had multiple procedures, but who knows? She used to be pretty foxy, but she's more puffy now than anything else. Hopefully tales of her face tightening and Botox are all just made up stories by the media. Kinda doubt it though. Our 4th botched face is actor Mickey Rourke. While he's had a long and illustrious career, he had to get his face fixed a few times before they got it right. The tough, scarred-up look actually worked in his favor for roles as bad guys and ruffians, so kudos to him. Boxing also played a role in changing his mug, but a few broken noses isn't the same as having your skin peeled off with a surgical instrument and rearranging the way you look completely. Yikes! Being professionally respected doesn't change the effect of having years of operations and extreme treatments on your moneymaker. It seems like Donatella Versace changes faces as often as wardrobes. The legendary fashion designer is a mogul, but she looks more like an ogre. Her face is chock full of Botox, and her skin has been lasered to the point of no return. It's okay though, because she'll just have it changed again any day now. Maybe the 18th time's the charm. Okay, now not to pick on Michael Jackson any more than he deserves, but this list wouldn't be complete without a tip of the hat to the king of pop and his unbelievable transformation from a normal-looking, extremely talented singer and dancer to, well, you know. Other allegations aside, his cosmetic surgeries clearly got out of hand, and probably led to his addiction to painkillers and the other drugs that eventually killed him. If that's not taking it too far, we don't know what is. Another victim whose life was ended by a surgical complication is Joan Rivers. She passed away in 2015 while under the knife. Reports say it wasn't a cosmetic alteration that ended her life, but Rivers was a well-documented plastic surgery enthusiast. The comedian and fashion commentator even encouraged others to get their bodies enhanced in her 2008 book titled Men Are Stupid, and They Like Big Boobs, A Woman's Guide to Beauty Through Plastic Surgery. She reportedly spent a whopping $100,000 throughout her lifetime on 739 minor procedures. Our number 8 guy denies having any work done, but it seems like the performer known as Carrot Top might be lying through his teeth. Who knew that his ghastly features would become his most famous prop? He even toyed around with bodybuilding and got really beefcake to add to his side of carrot-colored fro. He also denies using steroids, which is good because a comedian on steroids would just be weird, right? Stopping short of actually denying or admitting having plastic surgery to look younger is everyone's favorite material girl, Madonna. She's famous for reinventing herself when it comes to both image and music, but her place in pop culture has never been questioned. Keeping up appearances is quite a challenge, and Madonna's been spotted numerous times, with pretty obvious signs of cosmetic surgery and Botox injections to her face. But at least she looks relatively human. Number 10 isn't as famous as our other victims, but man did that plastic surgery ruin his mug. Pete Burns was the lead singer of the 1980s band Dead or Alive, which scored a hit with their song You Spin Me Right Round. But then he spun around and got a whole bunch of work done and turned into a botched bag of Botox. There's nothing wrong with androgyny, but spending $38,000 on multiple procedures to come out looking inhuman is likely crossing a line. Burns should have sued someone for what his face mutated into, unless of course that was the look he was going for. Nips, tucks, boob jobs, and facelifts, oh my. That concludes our rundown of the top 10 celebrity plastic surgery disasters. Going under the knife for the sake of beauty is no joke, but of course it is your body and you can do what you want with it. And if you want to rock a fake nose or bazoombas full of silicone, go for it, dude. As the non-biodegradable, non-recyclable, immortal Joan Rivers once quipped, money can't buy you happiness, but it can pay for the plastic surgery. Just don't overdo it or you'll end up on one of our lists. Catch you later!